I did it. I bought my first film camera. In my 4-year journey of being a photographer, I started to discover and follow more and more film photographers, such as Phil Willem van Beek, Forrest Mankins, Joey Howard, I mean, there are so many great people at using this format. The film look really started to grow on me. I don't know, man, whenever I look at these film photos, they just hit different. They just give me these nostalgic feelings that I just don't get from digital photos, honestly. And I've been trying to emulate the film look for like almost a year or something right now, and even though we can get pretty close, it just doesn't feel the same. I actually wanted to buy my first film camera earlier, but since 35mm film is becoming so incredibly expensive, it almost feels like you have to be rich to be able to shoot film. And that's probably why Peter McKinnon started shooting film, because he's got bank. I mean, have you seen the price of that Leica M6? It's like 6,000 euros or something. That's just insane. Alright, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. And no, we're not going to discuss Nikon cameras. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Sam Newton's music video over here. After doing a lot of research on which film camera to buy, especially as a beginner, looking for lots of example photos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I finally came to the one that I wanted to buy. I stumbled on this beauty over here. This is the Pentax, or the Asahi Spotmatic 1000. And this thing is so beautiful. And honestly, it also feels so robust, it really feels like a tank. They don't really make the cameras like they used to before. I was able to buy it super cheap on a local second-hand website. I got this camera for 75 euros, including 3 lenses, and also some original paperwork of this camera itself. And I almost forgot it, I also got a free flash, so that's really cool. So the Pentax Spotmatic 1000 was produced in 1974, and it has a shutter speed of 1000. That's why it's called Spotmatic 1000. Apparently there were also some other variants of this camera, but yeah, I got this one. So I had a film camera with an interchangeable lens system, but I still wanted something else to add to my collection, because sometimes you just want something that's super easy to use, something that you don't want to think too much about, and something that just does the job. And after doing some more research, I stumbled upon this Olympus. Hey, this is another super cool camera. And as you can see, this camera also comes with a flash that you can detach of this, and then it becomes this super tiny pocketable camera, which I really dig. This camera has a small rangefinder with an aperture priority 35mm f2.8 lens. After having had the Fuji X100V for a while, I just really love the simplicity of having something that, yeah, just has a fixed lens, because sometimes that's all you need. And this simplicity even allows you sometimes to be more creative, because sometimes less is more. Because if you don't have to constantly think about which lens you're going to put on your camera, then you can fully focus on getting the best possible image. And talking about the Fuji X100V, I really love that camera, but it was just too expensive for what it was. So right now I have the Lumix LX3 to cover that part. And if you want to find out more about this tiny beast, you can check out my YouTube video about it over here. So why didn't I start with film photography soon? The funny thing is that these cameras have been laying around here for like 6 months or something already. I bought them back in July, but it was just never the right moment to start with film photography, because I simply didn't have the money for it. Me and my girlfriend, we just bought an apartment, and we also went on some travel, so that made us even broker. I know that's not a word, but I just wanted to say it. And I also didn't want to screw around and ruin these golden rules of film yet. But I'm not gonna lie, after being a photographer for like 4 years or something, I'm like starting to lose the joy a bit, and I probably think that there is one thing that can account to it, like one app. I won't name any names. Instagram. But yeah, and I just want to start enjoying photography more again, because I know that back in the day when I had the Fuji X100V, I really enjoyed the simplicity of it and just having like a, yeah, just like slowing everything down, because that's what a camera like that does, because you don't have super fast autofocus, and that's the same with these film cameras. You have to be super intentional with every photo that you take, and you actually can't afford to make any mistakes because it's going to cost you a lot of money. And I'm aware that I'm going to make mistakes, especially at the beginning, but I am super excited to start on this journey. In the next video, I'll be shooting my first roll of film, and I'm incredibly excited for that, but I'm also a bit stressed. This is a roll of film I'm going to shoot. Was it long enough? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that you want to join me on my film photography journey. Peace!